When I revamped this press about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago and painted it and made some modifications to the frame, like adding the crossbar in the bottom and bigger heavy duty feet out of 10mm angle. I also modified this. This tank was attached to the side of the press with like 5mm brackets, and they were all bent. And when I done it, you can see I welded heavy duty brackets onto the side of the press, and because the old ones had all cracked and they were fucked really. And when I changed the oil out, I noticed how bent all the top of this was, just from the sheer pressure of pushing down on the handle. It's just warping the top, because this is like 2mm, 1.5, 2mm steel. It's got no strength. And we actually had a load of leaks as well on the tanks down the corner. It's not well made, this. British company makes these, but they're rebranded by everyone. Snap-on are the same company makes them for Snap-on. So anyway, what I needed to do from the beginning was make a new lid for this out of something a bit thicker, and I've obviously never got round to it. Now in the winter, I've got 46 oil in this, and in the winter it's so hard to pump the handle on the low pressure side because the oil's just too viscous, especially as cold as my workshop is. So I'm going to take this 46 out, which has actually gone pretty manky, and then I'm going to cut the lid off of this and actually make a lid out of maybe 6mm steel, and then I'll tack weld nuts onto the back so that they actually stay in place rather than crappy riv nuts, and that'll just give it a lot more strength. We can reuse this filler, not that I ever really use the filler to top it up because there's no dipstick or anything, so you never know how much fluid's in it. But yeah, so we'll cut this lid off, we'll take it off, empty it, cut the lid off, jet wash it, put some cleaner on it, jet wash it, and then sandblast it, and then cut a new lid on the plasma with this same size square hole, and then also I'll get it on the mill and drill and tap all these holes using the DRO. So that's my little job for this afternoon. It's one I've been meaning to do for, well, 4 or 5 years, as long as I've had this press, because this press was come out of a factory in Colchester, and all the top is more or less the same. Obviously I've added the gauge, the original gauge was smashed, but the bottom, there was no brace between the legs, so it was, when you moved the press about, it wasn't freestanding, it had to be bolted basically, and the feet were like 6mm, or maybe even thinner than that angle, 3mm angle. It was crap, there was no strength to it whatsoever. So I put that crossbar in, redone the feet, levelled it all, because it was, the frame from the factory was slightly twisted. So yeah, basically done that, and now it freestands and it doesn't wobble too much. But this has been on my list to do for quite some time, so we're going to get on with it. As you can see, we've got loads of creamy white emulsified oil and crap in there, and it's because this workshop gets so damp everything condenses. But yeah, so I'm going to try and scoop the last of that crap out, and we'll give it a clean, and then I'll start measuring up for a new top, and then I'll cut it. Right, there's a new top plate drawn out to copy that. Obviously we're not going to do 12.4mm holes, we're going to do the 6mm holes for the 6mm bolts it takes. However, this has taken a while because none of them holes are equally spaced. If I go onto the sketch, here we go. So let's have a look at the holes. What we got? So the top hole, the center one, is actually equal, 101.6. But then if we come down to the sides, 49.6, 48.8, 48.6. They're within a mil or two, I guess, of each other. 50mm this side. I can't even see what that is. Yes, they're all completely different, so it's taken a while to draw. So I'll actually get the plasma just to dot the hole centres. I mean, it's only 6mm bolts that go through these 12.4mm holes, so it's got a fair bit of give to line up. So I'll get the plasma to dot it, and then I'll just use the manual drill, and I will drill them all, and then I'll just tap it with the drill. And this should spit out. There's our pump. It's upside down because I've exported it as a sheet metal. Right, so centre pierce. We'll let it cut the big 25mm hole, but what we will do is have it centre pierce all these ones, like so. Brilliant. Next, save one of them, and next place. Next. Right, so that's done. We can cut that as soon as I find a bit of plate. Okay, so we've shot blasted the sides and the base. So what we're going to do now is cut this top out. I'll probably just use the slitting disc. Reclaim that, and then we can shot blast that, get round it. And then tomorrow I will cut, because I haven't actually got any 6mm steel in stock. I'll go get a sheet and we will cut the new lid out of it. And then we can weld it all back together. I'll tap the holes and then weld it all back together. And tidy this original welding up, which isn't that neat. Yeah, a bit of a dent in it there, but can't be helped. Right, so this is the lid, and I thought it would be a simple case of unscrewing the unions, and this whole lot would come away. But unfortunately, if we just look on the back, I actually welded that block on there. So unless can you unbolt it? Yeah, we could unbolt that actually, and then it might come away. And then we can shot blast all this, because at the minute, obviously we can't shot blast it with these rams here, cylinders, pump rams. So I would like to shot blast it because it's quite mucky. So we'll have a go with that and we'll see how we get on. Right, so I'm in the only warm room of the workshop, the toilet room, and you can see I've skipped a few steps. I have shot blasted, prepped and degreased that. It's been primed and now it has Paragon enamel on it. That's had one coat. The brackets have had 2 coats, so they will now be left to harden and dry. So, as you can see, I've cut the top of the box off. As I said, there was quite a few cracks in the corners already. I did have to carry out a repair last time, and I tigged the outside up and got plenty of penetration, and it didn't leak again. Actually, I think I did this corner as well. No, I think that corner's original, it was this back corner. Anyways, so I did these brackets. We're now ready for the lid. The only problem is the sheet of metal I've got is stuck behind the metal rack. And what with the rain, I really can't be asked to get soaked today, so hopefully it won't be raining tomorrow. And I'll pull it out with a forklift, and then we can cut it. It's only 5mm, but that's still going to be more than enough for this. Right, so I've just put this hardware on here temporary because I want to actually make some washers, some spacers out of either plastic or bronze, and these need swapping out for shoulder bolts as well, really. I've got one shoulder bolt there, but it's too short, so I need a longer one there, some shorter ones that are actually shoulder bolts, not set screws, for all of these, so I can actually measure up and see what lengths I need. But I'm going to put bronze washers in here, because what happens is this just rubs and rattles and it's not great. So some little washers in the sides here, some in there just to space that out. Same with this. Actually, I don't know. You will get some very thin ones in there, some like shim washers, and then some here to centralise this as well. And then that's done. So I'm happy enough with that. We'll go and pull that sheet of metal out now, and we'll cut the new lid for the tank and weld that up. Right, so got the lid welded on. Quite difficult because it's obviously, like I say, only about 0.9 thick, and obviously the lid's 5mm, but played the arc and probably got it set. It's probably about 17 metres a minute and 17 volts, and that's 5 or 6 metres a minute, 0.8 wire. Anyway, right, let's show you the inside. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so I almost forgot, we've got to actually cut the rest of this off, clean it up and weld that in as well. You'll notice originally that was there and it was stopping you from getting a bolt in that hole. So now I've moved it to there, which should work. Right, so I've just rubbed this all down in degreaser, and yeah, that's how it's come out. Looks all right, and wiped all the inside out. Obviously got our thing welded on. So next job, get some primer on it. Right, here it is, painted in Paragon enamel. We've got the overpressure return line plumbed into the top of the fill cap, and we've got it all reassembled here. New bolts, we're just waiting on the shoulder bolts, and we've put the 32 oil in it and it's pumping a lot easier, so I'd say that's a job well done.